Alright, welcome back to the channel. This is the Monsterbass March Texas rig box. I'm pretty excited about this box because it's not just Texas rigging stuff inside it. Let's see what all we got here. We got a book, all about Texas rig, 101 jig modification, and spring crankbaits. Kind of gives you an idea what's in here. So you got Texas rig basics, advanced Texas rig basics or techniques, learn from Bill Dance, jig modification, kind of giving you an idea what's going to be in the box here. Bottom composition matters is about lipless cranks. Square bill, selecting the right colors and the size. This is all lunar tables. This is pretty awesome, actually. Is this just through this month, I wonder? Yeah. March, April. That's gonna be solid. And then next month is gonna be the Carolina rig. Alright, let's see what we got. Yozuri, lipless crank, in gold. Let's get this thing open, because it's a one knocker, which is, I'm pretty excited about having a one knocker. I don't know if I actually have a one knocker, sadly enough. Oh yeah, one big knock. And super sharp hooks. Kinda got like a textured body there. I like the Yozuri stuff. Quality hardware. 5/8 ounce. A little heavy, not really, but it's got that solid one knocker sound. Alright, square bill. Hammerhead edition, 7/16 ounce, silent square bill. Actually, I don't know if I have a silent square bill. I have a lot of square bills. I'm not 100% sure if I have a silent square bill. Silent. Chartreuse belly, white pearl sides with a purple back. What is this, 2 to 4? Depth does not say, but I'm willing to bet it's like 2 to 4, 2 to 5, something like that. It drives me insane that some companies don't put depths on it, but oh well. Alright, we got our jig. Alright, let's open that jig once we get through all the rest of this, because the lipless crank and the square bill are pretty obvious. Rage tails, summer craw, that's super exciting, and then baby bomb. Alright, and this is why we're here for the box. Texas rigs. 3/0 and 4/0 hooks, mustads. There's no reason not to be happy with mustad hooks. And then the tungsten weight kit with the beads, and it's got the bobber stoppers, and of course comes with the little weights. Oh. Yep. Half that came out. 1/4 ounce? I think it is. Yep, 1/4 ounce tungsten weights. If you haven't had a chance to use tungsten weights yet, you really need to use tungsten weights, because there's a pretty significant difference between just lead and tungsten. Let's see what else we got in here. That's actually Dr. Frankenstein. That's okay. That's a really cool sticker. I'll probably put that on my table. All right, switchblades. So this is something I peeped in that book real quick when we were flipping through, and why I didn't open the jig yet. We all pretty much should understand how Texas rigs work. EWG, got your weights, your stops, your beads. I mean, I'll probably do an in-depth video about Texas rigging later, but I think that's sort of self-explanatory, if you know what I mean. Like, there's 100 million Texas rigging videos. I just haven't done one yet. So, with these switchblades, all right, let's open this thing up here. Where's the little? Oh, there it is. Crayfish clicker and head, oversized hook, wire tied skirt, custom colors. This is gizzard shad. Sweet. It's football head. It's tungsten. I think it's beefy. 3/4 ounce. Wow. Okay. That is a beefcake of a football head. 3/4 of an ounce. Yep, that's super solid. Wow. Yeah, that's a super nice jig. Like this. What size hook? Does this say what size hook this is? No, it doesn't. But here, you know what? We'll just open and compare it, because that kind of looks like it's probably like a 4/0, maybe larger. Okay, get the 4/0 here. Pull these out. Yep, there's the 4/0. Yeah, give you an idea. 4/0 Texas rig mustad hook, EWG. Look at the wire thickness difference there. This is super serious. Single bait keeper. Single hook there. This is a really nice quality jig. It's a heavy jig, but it's a quality jig. Alright, let's check these switchblades out. Tools required. Gotta have pliers, which, if you go out fishing, you probably have a pair of pliers anyway. Okay, so the idea behind these switchblades is to make any jig into a chatterbait. I've never actually bought these before, so we'll kind of see how this works. Alright, I was not prepared for this. Yeah, we'll just... My pliers are in my truck right now. So we'll go ahead and just use my keys. So this side's just the peg. So this side, flip it open. Alright. Pliers would be really nice right now. So flip that open. And then, yeah, pliers would be ideal for this. Nice thing is, it's not like super thick metal, so you don't really have to try all that hard to get it free. So here, we'll just try it on this. See if I can get this on here without completely taking it apart. Yeah, we'll just completely take it apart. Pliers would be really, really nice right now. Okay. Spin this around like that. I don't think anybody's ever asked for a 3/4 ounce chatterbait. Just like that. I mean, mean, for a little add-on thing, this is pretty neat. I don't know if this is more ideal to do this than just use a chatterbait, but I mean, if you're out on the water and you have a jig that you just want to add this to, that would be sweet. And we're going to try to do it with all the stuff that came in the box to see what this looks like. Yeah, this is just not working on this football head very well here. Anyway, okay, so I guess that's kind of a Monsterbass fail a little bit there, because that does not have enough room to move on this hammerhead jig head here. Nor do I think you would really want to throw a 3/4 ounce. You know what? Here. Let me grab another jig. That's also a hammerhead and facing the other direction. See if we can get this to work real quick. Here we go. Nope, that's orientated the wrong way. So it's got to be, the eyelet has to be like that for it to work. So here we go. See if it'll work on this little guy. This was like a little firefly jig or something like that. Firework jig, maybe it was. And I mean, the metal's soft enough, you can just press it with your fingers. I'd almost be worried that if you hooked into something too big that might pull, which would be a huge letdown because you lose your jig and whatnot. I'm not sure if I'm sold on this actually now that I'm messing with this, but it goes just like that. But it's got to be on a jig head that's the eyelet's orientated like this. So, and it doesn't really fit on a hammerhead, and this one's turned the wrong way. This other jig that I just had sitting over here, also the swim jig, the orientation's incorrect. But yeah, I mean, this is a really neat idea. I'm just not sure I'm absolutely in love with it. Anyway, back to what we're doing here. Let's crack open these ridge tails. But I think everybody knows what a Strike King ridge tail looks like, and what it does is it swims. Rig it up, throw it in the water, catch a fish. So you just hook in. I usually go till basically right there on the hook where it starts to curve, and then I pull out, and that's 99% of the time that's enough room to cover up that. You push it through, pull it up, spin it around, push it up and over. I like to cover the knot with the end of my bait. That's just my personal preference. Some people are in the comments might just scream that that's wrong and that's the worst way to do it, but that's the way I do it. And well, I don't have other people in my boat rigging my stuff for me, so there we go. And then just pin it just like that. You don't have to go in super deep, but bam, there you go. Ridge tail, Texas rig. You of course would tie this to your line first. You'd already have the bead on, or you don't have to use the bead. I also like to use the slip bobber stops over beads. That way I can adjust it and move it. So if I'm fishing something and I want to fish it a little bit more like maybe a Carolina rig or something like that, or I have a break off, majority of the time this will still hold your tungsten weight on, because tungsten weights aren't cheap. So I'll put a bobber stop behind it and a bobber stop in front of it. That way I can slide it up. So if I want to, I can make it kind of like a Carolina rig. Or if I have a snap off, a lot of times it will snap off behind this so I don't lose the weight. But using the bead behind the weight is how most people do it. Just like that on the line, and then your line comes out of that and goes onto your hook. These rig shells are great baits. They're super high quality, and this is a absolutely wonderful color. Coffee scent. I like coffee. Fish like coffee. Can't be mad about that. Well, let's check out these missiles real quick. Yeah, this is definitely a little bit more of a finesse. So you'd use the smaller. Oh, and on the rig shell, like it doesn't really matter if you use the 3/0, you use the 4/0, you use the 2/0. Doesn't really matter so much what hook you use, but when you get down to like a smaller bait like this, you're gonna want to use a lighter hook. And you can fish these completely weightless. They're heavy enough that you can throw them weightless. I didn't do a very good job at putting that on there. Alright, go like that. And just flip it through just like that. Pull it up over the hook, same idea. You would already have this tied down to your line. You'd put a bobber stop there, or you could put a bead there. But wherever you do, just put something there, because eventually that weight slamming on the knot will break the knot. And then you lose everything. So push it up and around and over, just like that. I like to pull my right up on that knot or beyond the knot, just so it's covered. It's just the way I like to do it. Not everybody is going to be up for doing that. I like these hooks with the straightness of them. And then you just take it, push it forward, bury it in the body of the bait a little bit, weedless, and you're good to go fishing. Just like that, floating little arms. Debo's surprise color, Baby to Bomb. Super solid. This would be, especially coming up on spawn here, they'll be on the beds. Drop the little crayfish down there, they'll go nuts over this. So, yeah, no, this is a pretty... The Monsterbass boxes, one of their things are, they're super big about, oh, we think our things through, you know, these boxes are made perfectly. Yeah, the Monsterbass boxes are very well thought through. I'll be honest, the last month's box, the Z-Man box, I think I wound up buying 2 extra ones because they offered me a deal on them. And that's another thing with Monsterbass, is you get the deal on extra boxes. If there's extras, they'll send you an email or a text or whatever and just be like, hey, do you want another one? And the cool thing is about mine, I haven't got my second Z-Man box, or my third Z-Man box, but my second one, everything was completely different color. And different stuff than I got in the first one, which was nice. It was the same, but it was different colors, and some of the weights were different, which was super nice. I really like this one knocker. This is a great color, too. The only thing I could gripe about on this box is this football head and this switchblade. There's not enough room. Like, this keeper's nice and buried inside there, or the loop is nice and buried inside there. There's just not enough room for this to fit on there that well. And then even then, if you want to put it on a different jig, you would have to put it on something with the eyelet orientated just like this, but a lot of other jigs aren't like that, and you're going to want to put it on something smaller, like a swim jig or like a ball jig head. That way it can move and it can do its shake. This is a really bad example, but this was what was on the corner of my table here. overall, I'm super excited. Like, like the hooks, the weights, everything else, and this football jig, perfect matching. The only thing that I can hate on this is the switchblade and this jig. That was not super well thought out. But no, this is great. I'm super happy about this. I actually was getting ready to go to the store and get some more Rage Tails tomorrow. No, this is great. I'm super happy with this. If you want to see some more videos, or if there's any type of content that you want me to film, the weather's finally starting to turn around here in the northwest, so we'll get into some fishing. I went last weekend. I caught a nice 3.5 pounder on a spinnerbait, and it was, of course, 5 minutes after I took my GoPro off, and it was the only fish I caught all day. Our water temperatures are still upper 40s, mid 40s, and the fish just aren't moving. Like that fish, I caught it in my kayak, and I reeled down on it. It wasn't until I was like 10 feet away from it, after I had basically, because I thought I had somehow gotten snagged, so I reeled down on it, and I pulled myself over to it, because in the kayak it just pulls you whenever you catch something or you get snagged, or if you throw big enough bait, you can pull yourself around the lake. Anyway, and I got like 5-10 feet away from it before it figured out that it was hooked, and I figured out that I wasn't snagged. And even then, it didn't really fight, because the water's still so cold here. Hopefully tomorrow I can get some quality content put together, and because water temperatures at the lake are now super low 50s, like 51, 52. My buddy was saying it was during the afternoon today while he was out. Oh. And so I'm going to try to go out and film some content tomorrow. I just got to charge up some batteries and pack everything. But yeah, if you guys have any comments or anything like that, of course, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. If there's any type of rigging you want to see, because there's definitely some things that I'm going to make videos about, little things that I do to organize my stuff or to keep track of things. I just haven't done it yet. So, alright, well, thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe, and catch you next time.